Hey everyone, and welcome as we continue our study through the New Testament. And today we're finishing up Second Thessalonians. Where this one's titled Paul's Final Greetings, where he finishes his letter off and puts his signature in there. And so we've just been studying the New Testament chronologically, looking at the New Testament church, what they have going on, the issues that Paul writes them about, and those different things. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't, to subscribe to our channel, so you can get these. We publish these daily, so you get them daily. And that's just my encouragement to you, is if you want to go along with us as we dive deep daily into a little 5-10 minute Bible study that kind of goes into a little bit deeper of everything that we read. So I encourage you to do that as we go through this. So looking at this today, right, this is Paul's final greeting, 3 short verses, so today's video will be a little bit shorter. It says, now may the Lord of peace himself give you his peace at all times, in every situation. The Lord be with you all. Here is my greeting in my own handwriting, Paul. I do this in all my letters to prove that they are from me. He said, may the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. And so what he's doing here is he's encouraging, saying, look, the Jesus has reconciled the Thessalonian church to God and is at peace with them, right? And able to replace their fear with an experience of inner peace in every way, especially, right, this peace as opposed to the concern around regarding the end times, and peace amid the ongoing persecution. And so he encouraged them here and say, hey, you have this peace of God, right? And you have that within you, and so don't worry about the end time stuff. We're good. You're good there, right? Encouragement, joy in this, you find peace even through this persecution because you're reconciled to Christ. You're good. And so Paul again in this letter makes explicit what would been clear to his readers of this Simon, of his original letters, that they were dictated by a secretary. He would tell the secretary what to write, and then he would put his final greeting in his own unique handwriting, and that served as a mark of authenticity and stuff like that. And so, much like signatures, we do with signatures in modern letters that we do here. And so, Paul's probably highlighting this fact, um, probably because there may have been some forgeries going around, or people writing things in his name may have been in existence, which may have been the source of the idea that the day of the Lord had already come, that he writes about in Second Thessalonians. And so we see that he lets them know, hey, this letter is from me. This is authentic, right? You don't have to worry about it being from someone else. And so this affirmation of genuineness also shows that the writing in another person's name was condemned among early Christians, right? You shouldn't be doing something like that. And so we see this. So Paul he gives them, say, hey, look, here's the peace, right? You have the peace from Christ. You're reconciled through Christ. You're good, right? You'll make it through. We encourage you through these persecutions. Don't worry about the end time stuff. This is from me, and may the peace of God be with you. And so he's just encouraging them. And this, what I love about these two letters, right? And what I've done is, like I said, they're not the typical letters that Paul has to write, where he's having to correct the church. He's encouraging the Thessalonian church is doing great, right? They're growing. The love of Christ is being shown through them, and so it's a wonderful letters, and wonderful letters of encouragement. So he just corrects them on a couple of things, right, and encourages them, and not to let people do things that they shouldn't be doing. But it's just a wonderful set of letters and a good example for us as Christians in the church of examples to follow, to be like the Thessalonians. So as always, I really hope you all have enjoyed these two things on Thessalonian, these two sections on Thessalonian. Next week, or tomorrow, I'm sorry, we hop back into Acts, and we'll finish the book of we'll finish Acts, not finish Acts, but we'll finish this week in Acts, looking at Paul's continuing his missionary travels with his second missionary journey around Corinth and some other places where he's going to meet opposition. And so we'll continue that. But as always, I appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch.